Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, to another scene set in Chronicles of Darkness Vampire the Requiem, a Requiem for London. It has been a wild night for Charlie, a difficult entry into the city of London, and she has yet to even meet the court. Barreling into the city, the domain, on the verge of hunger frenzy from a long and difficult journey where hunting has been difficult, and hunting successfully even more so. After almost murdering one of her sire's most precious vessels, and driving his coterie mates into frenzy as well. She finds herself within Westminster, well away from Camden, well away from all the drama and the bloodshed she just went through. Cleaned up, although she can still feel the wounds, and it hurts. Oh yeah, I should have made you suffer a wound please, for hunting. It's fine. But as much as it hurts, finally, she is able to hit the rack and find something to eat. Find a vessel to drink from. And there are many. It is refreshing almost. After going for many days without something proper to drink, and spending several minutes just in the throes of hunger frenzy, it just feels nice to be able to drink from someone without doing so much damage, without feeling like you're going to claw someone's eyes out at any second. You're in a club called the Nightshade. It is a club very much up Charlie's scene. It is a club very much has a cyberpunk sort of aesthetic to it. And it's a big place. And Jenna tells you it's one of the Elysiums. This is a place where all kindred want to be. As long as they keep their powers to the mortals, no problem will befall you. Although she does mention the proprietor of the establishment is a bit nosy, and that you should be careful what you say. London is, or was, a city of secrets. And being loose of words tends to get around. So what is Charlie doing? Who does she find her feed from? What's her preference?
Oh gosh. I think Charlie likes she likes people. She also would be looking for somebody kind of like who looks like they may be having like not as great of a time. So if there's someone like kind of hanging on the edges, just checking their phone or whatever, she'll like, come up and like drag them onto the dance floor. And like, I think the biggest thing is she wants to like make them happy. And she wants them to like feel like they're having a good time and feel good before she even like approaches the topic of like, so you want to take this like into the dark alley?
So you want blood that's not starting perhaps sanguine and excited, but is like sort of rising up. It's like on an arc, on an upwards momentum.
Yeah, and it's like specifically she wants to be like part of the reason why that upward momentum is happening.
Ah, it's normal for a Deva. It's entirely natural. Yeah, it's pretty easy to find someone like that. There's a fair few people who feel like they're a little bit left out, a little bit like they're not all there. Their breathing is fairly slow. Their facial motions suggest they're a little bit bored or ill at ease. But they take to you. Your majesty makes you the center of attention, the most elegant, well spoken, and striking person in the room. And they can't help but pay attention to you. Can't help but be taken by you. Why, you are just something else. And it doesn't take you very long for you to bring them to that upwards emotional arc. And eventually you do convince them to perhaps head out to the side of the club or make out in a booth or just go around the toilets. And you get that taste, that taste of sort of spicy and sweet. It's like those emotions of excitement and joy. Lust, you can feel their affection for you running through their veins. And you take that affection from them.
Yep.
Tastes good. Tastes real good. And a royal beast would just have you take a little bit more. This time you're able to restrain yourself without issue. The voice in your head that is your beast that is quieter now. It's not as loud. You can ignore it. And then once you've fed from them, that sort of lax breathing returns. Your feeding partner, he's had he's literally had the energy drained right out of him, but he's still enjoying it. But the sort of lazy afterglow is sort of a nice palate cleanser for your next drink. Complements the excitement that started off the drink. It's a nice steady arc of flavor. But once you part from them, and they are reluctant to, but also very pliable, you are able to return to Jenna. Enjoy yourself.
A little bit. I think they had better time, which is fantastic.
I mean, we both have a good time.
Exactly.
Don't you be saying you didn't have a good time.
Well, I always have a good time.
It's nothing really like it. Well, I'm kind of glad I don't have to do it as much anymore, to be honest. It's
Yeah,
back in the nights, things were pretty grim for me, to say the
I,
least.
I'm really sorry to hear that.
It's I'll show you sometime, but you've already had a rough night. Last thing I need to do to you is put you through more of a you know, we're chipper than you've already been through?
It's I am on a long road to making up for that already, and I really appreciate you not adding more pit stops on that road, at least for the time being.
I know what it's like. So, you know, hey, take a seat with me.
She definitely will.
She's just sitting in a booth. As he approached her, you actually saw her sending some gravity as if she too had a meal, said herself. So, I mean, I I can guess you're American, but where are you from, Charlie?
I grew up in Memphis. That's in Tennessee. It's real nice there. We get a little more weather and sunlight, which I guess is better not to have now, given the whole thing. But I miss it sometimes. But I also like it here. Y'all are fun.
Actually, because you're from out of town, Charlie, do you want to make me a quick wits plus occult roll?
Sure. Uh, I don't think I can for you actually.
Oh,
My wits is 2, and I am not trained in occult.
oh yeah, and for mental checks you suffer a -3 dice penalty as opposed to a -1. So what you can do is you can attempt to roll a chance dice. Now, chance dice is a bit different from a regular dice. A regular dice succeeds on an 8, a 9, or a 10, and tens explode. Chance dice only succeeds on a 10 and does not explode, which means the most you can get is a single success. And a 1 is always a dramatic failure. But if you get the dramatic failure, you get a beat, and if you get a 10, you get a success, which means you can sometimes, through circumstance or just the odd experience that stands out, cause you to understand things you normally wouldn't be able to.
I
Sometimes you just get lucky with the computer password.
I will, I guess, take the chance dice.
All right.
Is there a
Perception.
particular command for that?
No, it's just roll one. It's not okay. So you got a 2. So you don't get a success, but you don't get a dramatic failure either. You can of course choose to take one, but
I'm
for next.
not right now. It's the beginning of the scene. I'd rather not derail it right now.
Well, I would say I'm grateful, but in honesty, I do enjoy the odd dramatic failure, the
Oh,
odd
I don't
derailing.
worry. There will be plenty.
I can only imagine. But yeah, no. Yeah, no, nothing really in your short time in London has really stuck out to you. I mean, you've been dealing with enough hassle with the trauma of frenzy and the constant hunger. You haven't really been able to concentrate. You've had this constant headache. It's literally the beast smashing against your skull like a cage. And, you haven't really had the chance to get to know your environment really. And now that you are, it just kind of feels like any other really. Um, Clubs have vessels, plentiful vessels, and they are tasty indeed. In a way, it kind of feels like you're back home, but very different culture. The feeding, though, it's always the same. So you're from Tennessee. What's the court like there? I've never. I'm pretty new, so I only know London. And well, London's court, if I'm honest, it's wrong.
The court, like the prince and all.
Personal personal experiences aside, I have never seen a city go so far to obscure the truth, deal in such duplicity. It's you can sometimes you can look around and well, you can see the paranoia and how people react. They're so measured in their words. But it's not politeness, you know. You can tell. You can tell how afraid people are of saying the wrong thing, even when there's no one around.
Charlie will kind of laugh at that and go, "Hun, that's it's not that much different where I grew up. Everybody's even when I was alive, everybody it's the whole if you say the wrong thing, then so and so is going to find out, and if they find out, your whole reputation's ruined. And at that point, you might as well just move cities and take up a new name. That part's no different. It's all the same
Um,
pony show."
or maybe the caffeine's have a point then. Or maybe it's just this prince. I don't know. Like, it's not just the Invictus. I've seen it in the court, and they're from all fucking sides. I don't know what to make of it.
There's
Just,
there's always going to be the people looking for whatever power they want, and I mean, at the end of the day, it's just going to be their downfall. Like, we can't control what other people are going to do, but we can try to guide them into the light, and we can try to make good decisions for ourselves, and we can try to, lift other people up instead of trying to tear them down like so many of them are doing.
I mean, you say this, but my people literally exist underground because of the powers that be. I can't change that. They can't
Well, of
change that.
course you can. It, it's very much one of those things where, like, I wouldn't recommend, like, you and all your friends going and, like, marching up to the prince and saying, "Hey, let's like work something out." That's probably not the wisest thing to do, but for every person that's trying to bring you down, there are going to be some wanting to lift you up. And I don't like speaking for other people, but at least I can say I want to do anything I can to help you and your kind not be living underground, at least not forced to live underground.
Oh, thanks, Charlie. I appreciate that. It's city could kind of use more people like you, if I'm honest. Sorry about what happened back at the theater. I hope I didn't come across as too judgmental.
Oh, it's okay. I I'm just as sorry as anyone else for what happened back at the theater. And to be fair, I was covered in blood and had definitely made a bit of a spectacle of himself.
Yeah, if there's anything I can do to ensure that happens less often, just give me a ring or something, and I'm not super influential or anything. I mean, I'm just barely a neonate, but
"Hey, we're family," and she'll kind of like playfully nudge her with like her elbow. None of that
we are.
matters.
And actually, You can, when you say that, you can feel it. You do feel a certain connection to her. You can feel the bonds, the ties of blood there. You can feel what's referred to as blood sympathy. You have a sort of, you can even sort of, the sympathy is actually, it's only 2 steps removed. You can sort of sense her anxiety when she talks about being judgmental and her lack of influence. There's more to it than just your empathic skills. You can literally feel it through the blood. You can also feel her sort of authenticity. She hasn't really attempted to lie to you, or she's been pretty straight with you. Sort of the earnest compassion that is still resonant in the sympathy of the blood.
Oh.
It's refreshing. You don't feel this much. Your other relatives tended to be less than accommodating in Tennessee.
Yeah.
Humanitas is a slippery slope.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's been an experience. I even have a few unique tricks from my time down in the sewers.
Really?
So, yeah, well, I mean, you know, you thin-blooded wretches like us don't survive down there for long unless we develop a few unique tricks. And
I'm sure you're very
sometimes
resourceful.
that's the thing with back then. You kind of had to be. The blood sort of adapts on its own. Looking back on it, I mean, at the time I thought it was me, but looking back on it, I definitely think, I guess, having blood as thin as water makes it malleable in a way. It's difficult to explain. Um, but yeah, I mean, there are things that only, Kendrick can do. But I guess you could say we have pocket aces.
Well, you can't judge a fish's ability to. You can't judge a fish's intelligence by its ability to climb a tree. Sure, like, Kendrick can do different stuff that, like, people can't, but, like, y'all can do different stuff that we can't. It's kind of like a circle, a cycle. We all got different skills, and we all need each other.
Well, I mean, I hope that's true. I have a feeling a lot of those above me would see me as a little more of a nuisance. They certainly don't think they need me. At least that's the impression I get. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know.
Sometimes it's like taking medicine. You don't really realize you need it, and you might not necessarily want to do it, but in the end, it's better that you have it in your life. I think that the people who look down on you, well, I hope they soon regret that because I personally find you delightful. But I hope that everyone realizes that we can't all be this on our own.
Yeah, yeah. I guess it's just been difficult. I've been trying to take on what Joshua's been teaching me about the sanctum and about the faith, but sometimes it's just so hard to get the energy for it.
I understand. I
I'm not used to preaching. I'm so used to, taking the practical route, I guess.
well, you don't always need to be the one up preaching to the choir. Sometimes more effective ways are to go out into the community. We all got our message and we're all just trying to spread the love, I think. And maybe your way of doing that is to be out among the people doing it rather than, trying to teach and be like a preacher proper.
Yeah, I'm trying to teach people to be better. Doesn't always go the way I expect, but I guess that's just part of the learning process. I haven't really found anyone bad yet. Um, it's been weird looking for looking for bad things. I'm so used to avoiding trouble, It's kind of been my MO since forever. And not my brothers, but he's Damien's Damien. He's Izzy's child now. We were both revenants once. He ended up turning me by accident. I don't blame him or anything. It wasn't his fault. He didn't know what was happening. But yeah, it's been a journey to get here, and I think it's going to be a journey to make it somewhere in this new life I've got.
Well, you don't have to walk that journey alone.
I've got
I
you and
Yeah, I
you and
was an only
Joshua.
child, so having a little sister is really exciting for me.
Um, yeah, guess it's weird having a sister. So used to having a brother. But yeah. Um, can I ask why you came here?
Uh, well, to be honest, I wasn't I wasn't particularly that happy where I was. There's the whole thing where everyone's pretending to be someone they're not, and the fear of being alive, or I guess in our case, being existent. And it's just, I wanted something better, and I thought maybe if I came here, maybe if I was with the rest of the sanctified, I'd find it. I mean, it's at least an opportunity to try something new.
Yeah, from what I've been reading, a huge reformation took place here. I guess, the Protestant Reformation of the sanctified. I'm still working my head around it. So I guess if you were looking for something different, I mean, this is certainly a place to do it. But I don't know. I don't want to burst your bubble, but things are getting pretty heated here.
isn't that the best time to try to make a difference? There's a lot of people out there that are probably a little misguided right now and could use a friendly face. And I think that we're in a really good position to kind of help guide them.
Yeah, I guess that's one way of looking at it. It's just, I know this person. She has dreams. And she she keeps talking about how there's going to be a fire and a rebirth. It's weird. She keeps talking about it's Wheels Within Wheels stuff. To be honest, I kind of, zone out half the time when she speaks. Can't really make sense of what she says. She just shows up sometimes. I think it's a feed, but it doesn't seem to stop her from acting like a lunatic.
Are you worried about her or what she's saying?
I'm worried about what she's saying. It's like, because, well, I mean, it's going to sound crazy, but I think she's right. As much as I zone out and don't listen to her, and
Well,
it's
what
like,
about the other people who are listening to her?
don't know many who do. She she works up at the art. It's a shop, a cult shop. I went there once because I'm trying to learn, well, our little secret, and we need stuff to do it. So I went up there and bumped into her, and that's how I met her.
Do you want to
But I don't,
go try to talk to her?
nah. I feel like I'm not a very religious person, but I'm smart enough to know that if you lean on prophecy, it always comes to bite you back in the ass.
Well, you can't lean on everything, but ignoring it's just as bad.
I feel like she's just saying what many of us already know.
Maybe she's trying to make sure people can't ignore it anymore.
She doesn't tell everyone. I wonder why she's not telling everyone. Maybe she can't.
Maybe not everyone's willing to listen.
I mean, I think Joshua might be mad if he knew she's a crone, so. Charlie, you know that the Circle of the Crone are the historical enemies of the Sanctified? They're a sort of loose collection of pagan cults.
Yeah, and that whole you will worship no god but me thing probably doesn't really sit well with a lot of us.
No, not really.
I mean, if you want me to go talk to her, I can. I I promise not to tell Joshua if you don't want me to.
No, sorry, could you repeat that? I missed that.
If you want me to go talk to her, I can. I promise not to tell Joshua if you don't want me to.
Yeah, just be careful. She's I mean, you can go see her if you want. I don't mind.
Well, if you
But
don't
like,
want me to, I won't.
I mean, it's your choice, right? Freedom of will.
Yeah.
Um, but the cat know things. They know things about people. So be careful if you decide to go talk to her. She might just pluck out a secret or two from you and you might not even know. I know that much. I don't know how the Maquette know things, but I know they know things.
I will definitely keep that in mind.
Yeah. Um. Oh, there's that. I mean, what else should I tell? I guess I should really be telling you about the city and stuff. So I guess there's a prince. He's a Maquette. He's a prick. Um. There's a sheriff. Nobody's ever seen their face. It's terrifying, and I'm not sure there actually is a sheriff. There's a whole bunch of primogen, and they're really just the prince's favorites and nothing else. And the Invictus just have a straight majority, from what I can tell. It's pretty messed up. Um, oh yeah, and the reason I told you not to go to Wandsworth on the west side is because there's this gangrel there who's just more or less claimed it. Like, apparently he's the real deal as well. Like, apparently he survived even a fight with the sheriff, or that's what people say.
That sounds like the type of person we want to be talking to right now, given the circumstances.
Maybe. People have tried to deal with him in the past, but I mean, I tried when I was a revenant. I mean, I ended up running into the wrong part of the sewers in Wandsworth and into Wandsworth, and wow, I just couldn't. I just couldn't go there. It was like there was a wall I couldn't see. My beast wouldn't let me. I'd be real careful if you decide to go there. But
Seems like a lot
I
of
mean,
this is being careful.
it seems like you might be right. He might be important. I mean, he's tough enough. You know, if we need, I mean, we might need the muscle. We might need the help, and what's gonna happen? Because I think the city's gonna blow up real soon. Like,
Yeah. Sorry, I cut you off.
it's fine. I don't really know what to be. I don't know everything. I'm still really young. I don't know this city's full. I don't really know why anything's happening other than that the Invictus and the Carthians hate each other, and that the court's kind of messed up. But there's reasons for it I can't see. And I'm worried about Joshua.
Yeah.
I think he's trying to take on the world, and I don't like it. I think it's gonna kill him.
I can definitely see that faith can be a real powerful tool, and I think that we're stronger for having it, but blind faith is just as dangerous as no faith.
He's too prepared to die. I don't want to see him hurt. I
Maybe we can get him back to the right track too.
I think, yeah. I mean, he's done so much for me, but I have to repay him somehow, even if he doesn't, even if he ends up hating me.
Well, a lot of people hated Jesus for his message, and he ended up paying a pretty hefty price for it. But in the end, we were all better off for it. And
Yeah,
I'd hate to see Joshua pay that price if we can avoid that.
kind of like Longinus, I guess. Nobody listened to him for like the first 3 centuries of his life.
Yeah.
And then, well, eventually people got it, but it took so long. I just, yeah, I'm worried about him. It's not just that, he's not just taking on the court and trying to play the game, but it's that he is playing the game. He's a bishop, right? And you
I
know more
think
about that
so.
than me. He's all big and important. And his whole turf now, as far as the Sanctified is concerned, is Camden. But Camden already has a bishop. And she's old and powerful. And Joshua has like 5 different enemies who all hate him. And I feel like for all the good he's done, more people have worked to punish it than anything else. And I don't know how to help him out of that. It was
I
the
think
Archbishop who made him a bishop, and I, I mean, he's just been put in his position to die. Like, and if the Archbishop is supposed to guide us, why is he putting my sire in so much danger?
uh, Charlie will kind of like put an arm around her and like kind of pull her into like a side hug if she'll allow it,
She'll allow it.
and just kind of like give her a little squeeze and go, I'm not really sure, to be honest. I think they want somebody to take the fall for this or for whatever's happening. And well, you heard what he said. If he dies, the sanctified are gonna really cause a ruckus over it, and maybe they're wanting somebody to be that martyr. But if Joshua has accepted it, I haven't, and I I'm gonna do my best to protect him from himself, even if he hates me for it.
Yeah, yeah, you might have to. I don't know yet. It's just so much is happening.
For now, let's just make sure he doesn't get killed in some full frontal assault on circus. We'll take it one enemy at a time.
Yeah, this whole big thing, which is gonna go down at the theater, I might I'll drag his body out of that building, even if it burns to the ground.
He doesn't deserve to be a martyr for people who don't even recognize how much he's done for them.
Yeah.
If he's gonna die, it's gonna be because it was his time and not because somebody else needed to sacrifice a pawn.
He deserves better than to be a pawn.
We all do.
We should probably tell the Archbishop that.
I don't think I won't.
Be careful with him. He's not all there anymore. I don't think he ever was. I mean, I've never met him, but everybody who has says something's not right. Doshua doesn't seem to like him.
Once again, there are a lot of misguided people in the world, and I think even the ones in the highest positions sometimes need a little help going back to their roots and realizing why we're all doing this.
Yeah. I think they do. As you continue, someone approaches your table. A man who's fairly slender, tall, striking red hair, pale skin, has a predatory aura. They're a kindred. Yo, JJ. Good to see you again. Now if I take a seat. And Jenna just makes way for him. Pulls out a cigarette and offers it to people. Or pulls out a packet of cigarettes and offers people some.
I'm all right, thank you.
Cool. Suit yourself. So, who the fuck are you? I was just here to have a word with Jen. But I haven't seen your face around before. Around here anyway. You making introductions?
Yeah, going around meeting everybody, learning what I need to know. My name's Charlie. I'm JJ's big sister.
JJ's sister.
Mhm.
Well, I would say any friend of JJ is a friend of mine, but your size a bit of an asshole, so
Different strokes for different folks. I'm not going to
that
judge
is
in
the
one way or
politest
another.
response. You know, that is the politest response I could have possibly imagined. You know, I was ready to fucking throw down in the middle of Elysium. I was ready for you to fucking slap me in the face, then I'd probably slap you halfway across the room, but damn, lady. Talk about too nice for your own good.
I love this person.
My name's Aston. I'm
It's a pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure's all mine. So, what you doing here? Just getting a snack to eat?
I think, JJ here is showing me around. Had a little bit of a bite to eat. Are you the, oh gosh, sorry if I get this wrong, is the right word keeper of this, Elysium, or are you just here, socializing like we are?
He gets up real close and just like whispers to you. You don't want to keep her here. She's kind of a fucking bitch. Like a real fucking asshole.
Oh, well, you seem real nice, so clearly you're not them.
No, I kind of fucking hate them. She kind of staked me and left me outside the building once. Was kind of a dick move.
That does sound real impolite.
I mean, I may have done a thing, but the Invictus started it and she didn't punish him, so personally I think she's just an Invictus in disguise. So she's independent. Don't believe her.
I mean, you're allowed back in, which is real nice.
I mean, if they didn't, I mean, they can keep me the fuck out if they wanted to. He says after saying he was staked outside of Elysium.
I respect your tenacity.
Fortunately, I have a few friends and they cleared up the issue. Stanford's a hell of a guy. He really didn't have to step up for me, but he did. But yeah. We've been looking to build bridges recently, and I hear the Sanctified, well, gave us an olive branch. I was actually kind of surprised to hear it. Gotta be honest. You guys, generally we haven't been on the best of terms, if I'm honest.
Well, I'm real glad to hear that, some of us are starting to forgive. That's definitely one of the healthiest ways to live.
For some of us, it's the healthiest way to live. If there's one thing I feel the Sanctum and the Carthians understand is that sometimes people don't deserve forgiveness.
That's true.
There's a
Sometimes people do
long...
things that are unforgivable, to be quite frank, but, for those that do deserve it, we should be there to offer it.
Yeah. Well, let me just say there's a long list of motherfuckers who are on that unforgiven list. And that's a house of cards that's gonna come down real soon, I think. But anyway, it was pleasure to meet you. I'd like you to get up.
Thank you. I like yours too.
Thanks. I think you're bitching. He says with a smirk on his face.
And I think you look like you're ready to stick it to the man.
Well, you could say that without the violent laughter, but okay.
Oh no, I'm sorry. I just wasn't expecting to be so flattered right now.
Well, hey, we can have dinner and talk about it sometime.
No, I'm not gonna lie. Out of character, it took me a minute. It took me a minute to figure out what was happening. Cause hi, I'm dense as fuck.
Actually, roll me something real quick. I just need to double check something. Roll me wits plus blood potency.
Okay. Two successes.
The resonance is weak, but it is fair. You can feel sympathy to him. He's a Deva, like you. Many steps removed, though. He's of the clan, but he's not really related to you.
Excellent.
You can actually tell he gives you a look of recognition.
I'll
Oh,
like do that cool like what's up nod thing.
he gives you the what's up nod too. You know what? He'll even go a step forward. He'll put a hand on your shoulder and he'll go, "Hey." He gives you the fucking shoulder touch.
Jesus Christ. What's up?
You know, actually, considering we're all here, yeah, it's not safe to talk about it here, but fuck it. I actually came to tell JJ this, but there's got to be a family meeting soon.
When's that happening?
A few nights from now. I think after the Elysium. Grandma and Grandpa want to fucking wait until, well, they want to see how the Elysium pans out until they make any big moves. You know, got to protect the family and all.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not a fan of some members of my family because half of them are fucking establishment assholes. But family's family, even if they're in a suit.
I personally think you would look excellent in a suit.
Fuck you.
What? It's like rebellious. You know, let me take this symbol of whatever you've created and this symbol of your culture and let me just like wear it even though I'm not a part of your culture. It's a whole thing.
A suit is literally a fucking uniform. It is literally a symbol of uniformity.
But the thing about symbols is they only work if everybody agrees on what they mean.
Well, you mean I too happen to agree that suits are a symbol of uniformity and authority, which is why I'd burn it.
But like a burnt suit would look real cute.
Now that would look real cute. You know what? I think I'm gonna show up to our family meeting in a suit. Actually, you want to meet up later? I'll bring a burnt suit.
We can burn the suit together.
Ah, fuck yeah. You get me. I like that. You know, you are not like other sanctified. I like you.
I mean, Jesus was a punk ass motherfucker.
The sanctified don't worship Jesus, they worship Longinus.
Longinus was a punk ass motherfucker.
Well, I mean, I don't know much about history, but I'll take your word for it. Oh my god, you've made a convert of me. Fuck.
I'm happy to hear that.
Oh hey, if nothing else, Isaiah has fucking taste. He's been on a roll of embraces lately. Holy shit.
I mean, I'm inclined to agree with them, but I'm a little biased.
You are a little biased. But you're also cool, unlike Isaiah, so I'll take your word for it.
You just don't know him the way we do.
That asshole is the reason I ended up staked outside of Elysium.
He does have a habit of getting a little steak centric.
Yeah, he just like, well, okay, long story short, an Invictus fucked with my head in Elysium. He shielded him, and basically I got blamed for it.
I'm really sorry that happened.
Yeah.
I'm sure he had a reason for it.
Yeah, he thought he was right and he wasn't. Doesn't really matter. Water under the bridge. Until we meet again, then I'll probably punch him in the face or something, but then it'll be water under the bridge. Even Stevens. Tell you what, because you and JJ are on the level. Some of my friends were opening up a well, it's been open for a while, but he's opening it up for other people. You know a guy called Talon? You met him yet?
I don't think I did.
He's a Gangaran seller. Pretty big face in the guillotines. Do you know what the guillotines are?
Would I know what the guillotines are?
Roll me with streetwise. Intelligence streetwise, actually. Or intelligence politics. Either or.
It is 6 1 half dozen of the other. Nope.
Never heard of the guillotines.
I haven't.
Dramatic failure, in which you can't take a dramatic failure. And
Do you want me to take a dramatic failure?
I mean, look at the dice cord. The dice cord is telling you to do it.
The dice cord mocks me constantly.
Dice cord is mean bully, it is true.
Okay, how about this next one? I'll take a dramatic failure. Whatever it is.
I like how we are now compromising on this issue.
Yes, compromise on issue. That's totally in my court. Yeah, but whatever the next failure is, I'll make it dramatic.
All right. Well, he says, he looks at your confused face and he's like, "That's fine, you're new. Guillotines? I guess you could say we're one of how the Carthians are like modern and like we do shit in a different way to the Invictus, right? We want a new system, a better system, an actual fucking government, you know? Not this neo-feudal bullshit that should have died off 500 years ago." The Guillotines are, I guess you could say, a political party. We're the Guillotine Party. Most just call us a gang or whatever the fuck, but yeah.
I think I understand the name now.
Yeah. I feel like our name is fairly self-explanatory.
Oh yeah, it is. It is. That whole eat the rich mentality.
Yeah. Literally, in our case. Now, we're the oldest, believe it or not. You'd think the Hillingdons are, but no, the Hillingdons, they're Stanford's party. They do things a lot differently than us. They're much more bureaucratic. as he says in as cynical a tone as he can. And
Charlie
I
will
get
just
it.
kind of make a face.
And to be fair, I get it. Like, Stanford's a good man. He is. Even if he wears a suit, he's a good guy. He's the reason we're still here. But the guillotines are the reason the coffins are here at all. They're the reason any neonate in London has a voice. Stanford wants to play ball. But, I mean, you know, no good deed goes unpunished, right?
I know that well.
Jenna actually nods her head in, like, stark agreement. Like, at the end of the day, the reason the Invictus win all the time is to get you always making these stupid promises that you can't get out of. They fucking worm their way into your heads. We're not about that. And yeah, sometimes we may be a bit on the nose. But you'll always know where we stand. You know, we might be blunt, but we're honest. And I wanted to invite you to one of our things. Talon's a guillotiner like me, but he's a gangrel. He runs a huge fucking kindred like fighting ring. Kindred Fight Club. Used to be caffeine only, but we're thinking of opening it up to more spectators and fighters now. Happy to come along if you want. We have some big names in the ring sometimes.
I will definitely check it out.
Yeah, you should have seen the time the Kogon fought. Holy fucking shit. You've heard the term Kogon, Charlie. It's an Ordo term. Seems to be their sector leader or something. She showed up, and holy shit. We had some of our strongest fighters there. She took them out like it was nothing. She just entered this weird fucking trance state and mopped them up like they were fucking... Jesus. Like they were spilt fucking coffee mix. Like she went to work.
Wow, that sounds real impressive.
Yeah. Nah, man, I wouldn't want to mess with her. She's fucking crazy. I mean, probably actually psychologically crazy because the Ordo are like fucking... Man, some of the shit you hear they get up to is some Frankenstein shit right there. But, I mean, hey, I don't judge. Clearly it's turned a Kogon into a total badass, so... Like, I think she was frenzying, but it didn't look like it. You know, you could tell her... You can tell, you know, the beast. You can tell when somebody else's beast is rising. You can tell, like, the predator inside, right? We can all tell that. It's how we can tell each other apart. But hers was like... It's like she was her beast. It's the strangest fucking thing I've ever seen. But, I mean, I barely had time to even look at what was happening. She had all of them on the floor within seconds. Not even that,
Wow.
like, I'm not lying, man. I think she could take on Verve, and that's saying something. Verve is, she's our boss. She's, well, let's just say you never want to actually meet Verve. Because if you're meeting her, it's either because she's there to congratulate you, or she's there to kill you. And you don't want it to be the latter. Verve does not fuck around.
Then I hope if I meet Verve, it is only in the congratulatory sense.
Yeah, she might show up as a sort of, good faith thing, like, oh, the coffins are having this thing, and Verve will show up as like a sort of stunt, but she's not into political stunts. If she shows up, it's because she wants to. She doesn't do phony political bullshit. She's not there to do a PR stunt or some fucking I want to get down and connect with the people. She, you know, she wants to get down and connect with the people. She will connect with the fucking people.
I
Usually by
can
connecting
admire
her fist to
that.
their face. Yeah. She,
That's a little, everybody has their different kind of connecting.
you'll definitely feel her connecting. She's a David too, actually.
So many of us in the city. That's just fantastic.
Us, the Venture, and the Maquette. Nosferatu and the Gangrel got kind of fucked. But there's a few Gangrel. Not many Nosferatu. I feel like most of their elders are either on the way out or dead.
Well, not that I'm wishing the death of anybody upon anybody. That's a little extreme, but as
You're
old
nicer than
people
me.
meet their as the older people meet their time, it does, offer in the younger folk to come in and make a difference.
Well, aren't you just a happy ball of optimism?
It's not optimistic, it's realistic.
Oh,
What,
man.
you think every establishment's going to stay exactly the same way forever? No.
Well, okay.
Like, establishments are meant to be broken down by the people who were raised in them. Like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Do you
no,
want to tear
like,
down the Invictus with me?
that is, wow, at least take a girl to dinner first.
I'm just fucking with you.
Sorry, what was
But hey,
that?
if you're for stands, I will take you out to dinner first.
Why don't we put a pin in that one?
Ouch.
Well, no, dinner can still happen. The whole taking down the Invictus is as much fun as that does sound. I feel like I should probably go ahead and make my rounds of introductions first before I make an informed opinion on which establishment I'm going to be taking down in this city.
Hmm. You know, there is someone I think you could meet. Yeah. She said she'd be here. I needed to have a word with her as well. Family matter. Yeah. You're either gonna love her or you're gonna hate her. You're probably gonna love her. And he'll hop right off. Like, just sort of, we'll just leave the table abruptly for a minute or two, giving you a chance to catch your breath. To this guy who's kind of insulted and flirted with you in equal measure.
Yeah.
What a guy.
What a catch. Oh my God.
Oh
Father's
my
going to be
god.
very happy when I bring him home for family dinner.
Oh my god, Joshua will fucking kill you. He will actually declare you a failure and cut off your head with his aggravated damage sword. So funny. There is he walks up to the bar. You can actually see two predatory auras. And he seems to be trying to interrupt the two's conversation, but just seems to escalate it. And the woman with the fancy corset, speaking to a woman who appears to be of Indian descent, with these sort of long earrings, and slightly more conservatively dressed, more practically dressed, less showy. The woman in the corset says, "Idiot. Success does not come from summoning help from the universe, but from controlling it, from generating the power from within yourself." And as Aston goes up to talk to her, she says, "Shut up, I'm talking." Above your pay grade, Aston. Although most things are, to be fair. Which pisses him off a whole lot. And the Indian woman simply goes, "Take a seat, Aston. School is in session." Motherfuckers, I'm trying to get you into a conversation with family here. I don't care about your theological dumb bullshit. It is not relevant to me. In fact, it's not relevant to any of us. So go fuck yourselves. But, Ishani, you were... what? A member of your fucking own is here? Family? Church? Yeah? You can finish up with your toxic girlfriend later. I got fucking business of her. You should probably introduce yourself to your distant cousin in faith, eh? Twitch throws a long stare between all three of them, sizing up whether it be wise for them to kill each other here. Like, the genuine thought of violence crosses all three of their eyes, and you can sense that. Their beasts are tense. Eventually, I decide to move on. It is the Indian woman that approaches you first. Aston pulls aside the black hair. Not well, they both have black hair, so corset woman. She rolls her eyes as he approaches. Sorry about that. Her accent is... I'm not going to try because I'm bad at it. But it's a thick Indian accent. Like it's her English is clearly fluent and natural, but there is sort of a clear inflection.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I see one of my cousins. She looks at you, Charlie. Oh. Well, it appears I did not give Aston enough credit.
Charlie will just kind of
Fine.
like give a small wave.
Ishani Nanda, I'm a priestess of Sanctified here in London.
That's it's wonderful to meet you. My name is Charlie. Well, not really much in the Sanctified. Well, I am in the Sanctified. I just don't have an official title or anything quite yet.
It's quite all right. Titles are labels, they do not dictate what is important among us.
Well, that's incredibly true.
It does, however, dictate who is in charge. Perhaps unfortunate. But it is the way of things.
Do you think
I believe
it's
I have.
unfortunate who's in charge right now?
No. The bishopric I belong to officially supports the Archbishop and his would-be successor. However, I hold little stake in the decision. I try to keep an open mind, understand both sides of this conflict that we seem to be so gravely suffering from, so unnecessarily.
Well, hopefully it won't escalate to where unnecessarily people will be losing their lives.
I do hope we can keep it to the political arena, yes, as much as it does shame me to admit we have one.
Well, first step to fixing a problem is admitting you have it.
Unfortunately, it is not my problem to resolve, otherwise I would have done so. All I can do, unfortunately, is watch for the time being. There will no doubt be a time where I must contribute to the resolution. But there is little I can do as of right now, and I am content with that. I am more concerned with my flock as opposed to the high-minded philosophies of those above. It is not my place.
It's,
And I think that
you
is
know,
important to understand.
of course, I can admire the fact that you're looking out for your own.
Well, I'm not entirely sure why Aston pointed me over here other than to make introductions, or to simply drag me away from Lucilla. She actually narrows her eyes at her.
Are you two having a little bit of a squabble?
Squabble.
A fight?
Squabble is hardly a squabble. She rejects the fundamental reality of what our purpose is and what we are. And more, but perhaps more egregiously, what we as the sanctified can do. And the source of it, as if she knows that I take grave offense to, has never stopped her, but has never stopped me putting her back in her place. I hope one day she will come around.
That's all we can
Understand
do
that
is.
different.
Oh, sorry.
I understand when you do accidentally interrupt her, her eyes do look pointedly at you.
Uh,
That sort of elderly glare of, I was talking. How dare you, young grandchild? Let's. She says, I understand there are alternate perspectives in the world, but there are also certain fundamental realities that must be observed. She is not helping herself, and I believe she's not helping those around her. But that is that. If you would, feel free to visit me at my temple sometime. It is perhaps not what you would expect. I believe someone, she looks you up and down, who appreciates a lack of convention, may find it to your liking in some way or another.
That would be very nice. I really appreciate the invitation.
For a second, I thought the gangrel had your tongue.
Sorry, what was that?
But it would just like kind of like cat got your tongue, but the gangrel got your tongue because the gangrel can shapeshift. Haha, funny joke.
Hey.
This is the ultimate old kindred joke.
It's a sire
Bad
joke.
Jokes of Vampire Kind. Yeah, it's a sire joke. It's an elder joke. My god. Indeed, elder.
No, I just said, I really appreciate the offer. That's very kind of you.
I work in Harrow. Quite far out of here, but I'm sure you will, I'm sure you'll find the time.
Quick sidebar, Evan asked me to tell you that Wooloo is delicious. You know what? I'm gonna bring Aston home for dinner just because he made me see sad Wooloo.
Well, I'd best be off. It was a pleasure to meet a newcomer of both family and sect. Perhaps these politics are getting more to me than I expected. She sort of murmurs that to herself. It's not really directed at you. Anywho. Good evening, Miss
Burnett.
Charlie Barnett. Miss Barnett.
Burnett, yeah.
She gets it wrong the first time. But she corrects herself a second time. It should be off. Yes. Good evening. And she'll head on out of the club. And a series of onlookers just sort of gaze at her as if she were magnificent. Seems to be a trend among your clan.
Mm-hmm.
After Aston is finished with this woman, Lucilla, she approaches the table. She is very striking to look at. She's striking looks too, so she's quite beautiful.
Oh no, she's hotter than me.
Sorry. No, she's as hot as you. So she is quite quite beautiful, even without the impact of majesty to enhance her charisma and presence and appearance. She already has a lot going for her. It's not just the way she looks; it's her style. It's very distinctive. Has a certain it has a certain goth style going for it. It's definitely got that gothic aesthetic. Very sort of Victorian gothic.
Mhm.
Fairly old style clothing, but with obvious modern touches. Sort of like a mix of modern and Victorian. But she'll take a seat right next to you, actually. Oh, and who do we have here?
Uh, Hi there. My name is Charlie.
Charlie, yes.
It's a pleasure to meet you. I really like the way you're dressed.
Oh, why, thank you. An absolute delight to meet you too. She says as she just like sort of strokes your cheek with her long nails.
Uh, just kind of lean into the touch.
Now, why haven't I seen someone as delectable as you before?
I'm newer in town.
Jenna just goes, yeah, I was showing her, and then just Lucilla just goes, shh. New in town, you say?
Mm-hmm. I'm not exactly from around here.
Oh. Well, perhaps someone should show you around.
Well, that's what JJ's doing.
She sighs. And this is what I get for not keeping in touch.
I mean, I'm sure you have a very different scene than JJ does. So after we're done, maybe another night, you and I can see your world a little.
Oh, JJ knows my world quite well. To which JJ just like looks away. Like, nope. You know, you haven't told me if you're coming back yet. I would appreciate it if you made a habit of it.
Is
But then
directed
she
at
holds her
me?
hands up in the air. No, it's directed at JJ.
Cool.
Apparently, Lucilla and JJ know each other. But JJ's sort of like, nope, not dealing with that again. Very much just looking away, pretending she's not there anymore. But she places one of her like nails underneath your chin. I would appreciate it if you paid a visit, though. I think you and I would get along like fireworks.
That's very kind of you. Hopefully we do.
Oh, we definitely should. She says that as she's sort of uncomfortably close to you.
Charlie does not seem to mind the lack of personal space.
Well, tell me, Charlie. What are you looking to do here in London? Things are getting, well, speaking of fireworks.
Well, speaking of
She just
fireworks,
slips around your waist and just sets you on her lap because she can now.
well, speaking of fireworks, I definitely want to make sure that nobody's burned for messing with them.
Oh, don't you worry about a thing. Nobody's going to get burned apart from the ones that deserve it.
Deserving's a real funny thing in that everybody thinks everybody else deserves different things.
It's very true. I try to maintain the most open-minded outlook possible. It's kind of funny. You've heard a lot of Davis say that now.
I do too. Or at least I try to.
I can tell that you have a very open mind.
Well, the best way to understanding where the other side is coming from is to try to put yourself in their shoes. And even if you don't agree with them, at least you have a better foundation of why you don't agree with them.
Oh, and that's where the problem is, though. There's so much to disagree about. But I don't think you and I would find much room to disagree.
I think it would really depend on the topic.
She doesn't seem particularly convinced. But in a sort of light-hearted, teasing way. I think you'd agree. To just about anything I said.
Is this some woo-woo mind powers happening?
No, funnily enough, no. Not yet, anyway. Wait for it.
I rolled it out the DM.
Press X to tell.
Charlie will just kind of like, being a diva herself, she understands the whole yes, let me make myself more agreeable type of bullshit. And she'll just kind of, her posture won't really change, but she'll just kind of like give a little bit of like a small smile and go, well, I guess the only way to find out if we'll agree to everything is to talk about everything.
Yes, but this scene is a little bit... too open.
Then perhaps we'll have to save that conversation for another night.
Oh, how about we just have it somewhere else?
I'd really hate to abandon my little sister here.
Well, you're not abandoning anybody.
I hate this so much.
It's that Deva life right here.
That day of life right here.
It's that Deva life.
Yep.
See, I run a little club of my own. It's called the Devil's Corner. We could talk there if you prefer.
You know, I would love that, but once again, I think another night would be better.
Why won't you let me ruin your life, goddammit? I need to ruin Joshua's charter again.
Because god damn it, she wants to hang out with her little sister.
So tempted to use Majesty right now.
Do it.
You know what? She does appear a whole lot more, even more approachable than she did before.
Are you using Majesty?
Yeah. Even more alluring. Meanwhile, Jenna's just in the corner, just like sulking, like an angry child.
Oh gosh. Charlie will look back at her and she'll say, you know, look back at JJ and say, you know, I think we've both had a real exciting night. How about we save the rest of our night on the town for another time? That way, we're not all too exhausted to really enjoy it.
You saying that's a JJ or
Yes, JJ.
Oh no, it's fine. Go. It's fine.
Oh no!
This is JJ on the inside. So you can actually, you can attempt, you can make a check.
Okay.
She's alluring, but she's not robbing you of your will. If you roll your predatory aura and you succeed, you can basically break free of any effect of awe. She's using level 1 Majesty on you, so if you roll your blood potency plus either presence, strength, or intelligence, whichever's your highest, and you succeed on that check.
Oh boy. I love how you picked the 3 stats that are all the exact same.
Nice. It's okay, Lucille's here, she's lovely.
1 success.
Okay, so you resist the effects of awe. It's not... As a Deva, you know that this effect makes someone much more... She wasn't really... She was putting the moves on you, but she wasn't putting the moves on you. It was
I
sort
getcha.
of... Yeah.
So, goddammit, I wanted you to ruin my life. No, upon seeing her little sister being sad, that just like breaks Charlie's heart, and she feels really bad. So she'll kind of like, thank you. She'll kind of like wiggle out of what was the name? Vivian? Lucilla, sorry. She'll kind of like wiggle herself out of Lucia's lap and be like, uh, once again, it's been a real long night. I think JJ and I should probably turn in. I'm real tuckered out from coming in the city and meeting everybody. I'd hate to disappoint.
Looking suitably impressed, Lucilla will simply say, of course. I understand. We wouldn't want little JJ getting lost. We both know what happened the last time that happened. Then we can talk another night. I think it'll be fun. And she will kiss you on the cheek before leaving without a word. And taking a small gaggle of followers with her.
I will turn to JJ and just go, come on, let's get out of here.
Oh my god. Why do I always attract fucking drama?
Makes life more interesting.
Yeah, God, I hate the family so much.
Yeah, well, even if we're kindred, you can't really pick family. You can just deal with them.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Thanks for sticking around. I appreciate it.
Of course.
Man, yeah. Lucilla's just greedy.
Yeah, I can definitely tell.
Yeah, well. That was Elysia. It's nice. I would say it's fortunate Nikki wasn't here, but she probably has been and we just can't see her, so.
Some people are the type to know everything, and it's really not worth the trouble to hide it from them.
I mean, that's what the court wants you to say. But, if it's how you feel, I guess.
I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not going to go around, telling everybody all my secrets, but if someone's going to know them, someone's going to know them, and I'm not going to get all bent out of shape about it.
You tempt me. You really do.
Do it. Fucking do it. Whatever you're thinking of, do it.
That's fine. Would not make much sense for this occasion. So, we'll leave the Elysium. Jenna will show you to a few other places. Places to go, places not to go. As you're walking along the River Thames, she points southwards towards Wandsworth and actually points to the area in question. And she ranges with her finger as if to demonstrate a large area. The area she's defining with her finger is very large. She's defining half a borough. This is, in terms of population, it would be a small city, a population of over 100,000 people. In theory, this gangrel she's talked about could be a small town prince in theory.
Huh.
east side is run by the Invictus, more or less. I haven't gone there too much. There's not really much in Wandsworth, to be honest. It's I hear there's some drama going over there right now, but I'm not in the loop.
And I thought you attracted drama.
I mean, I do now. Oh, by the way, I can talk to animals.
Nice.
I know that's super random, but yeah. So if you
No,
have like a
that's
sad bird or something, I don't know. That is something that's actually come up a whole lot.
sad birds.
V-birds. I don't want to mention them. I don't think Joshua wants you to know about them, but I think you should know. I think they're responsible for making Damien. Just be careful. Look for the eyes. If someone has yellow eyes, just get the fuck out of there. Don't even bother trying to reason or fight. It doesn't matter. Don't even bother trying to figure out what it is. I think that's like the best I can give you without just fucking you over. I think, look, I don't know much, but I know names. Sometimes things happen when you say names. Sometimes you don't want to say the wrong names. So, the city has a habit of even the most innocuous conversation coming back to haunt you. I think that's what they really should call London, the haunted city. Fucking ghosts everywhere, man.
I mean, it's a real old city. Statistically speaking, there'd have to be a couple.
Oh my god, now you decide to get mathematic? Whatever. Doesn't matter too much, I guess. What it does actually. Yeah, if you see yellow eyes, just fucking run. I don't care. If I will literally throw you over a house. If that's what it takes.
Is
But
that what we do here? We just throw each other?
oh god no, did you hear? A few weeks ago, some fucking idiot monster, there was a police raid on a Kindred house. Kindred Haven. They caught the massacre on camera, I think.
Oh, that's real bad.
Yeah. I was thinking of maybe making some sort of tribute to the families, or I know Joshua was, but I want to do something by myself, I just don't want to lean on Joshua all the time. Do something for those families, and I would say scared at one and that did it into repenting, but I don't know. I don't know if that's
Well,
redeemable. That's so many people.
well, did they kill them because they lost control, or just because they made the choice to?
That's a good question. Maybe we should go to Southwark and ask.
Because losing control, you can come back from that, or at least I hope you can. But if you're fully there and you're making the choice to hurt people, well, that's where you don't get to try to apologize anymore.
You seem like you're better at this than me, Charlie. You seem like a really understanding person. So I'll leave it up to you. His name's Julian Goodman. He's a gangrel. used to be, from what I could tell, something of a rising star before all this happened.
I will definitely talk to him.
Someone needs to. The Aldo. I know almost none of them, but they seem so distant. The ones I have met. So wrapped up in their, I guess, idea of it. Ideas of something. I don't even know what it is. It's weird. They're, I mean, you probably know more about the Order than I do. I shouldn't really be lecturing you on this. You should be lecturing me on this.
I really don't think I have much to lecture you on. You seem to have a real good handle on all this.
Yeah, I guess there's one last place I could take you. But, God, this night has been awful.
It hasn't been my best. I will be the first to admit that.
Well, hey, and she actually, like cups your face in her hands, like, rather abruptly and says, "Look, I know what happened back there wasn't you. Because the way you've been talking to me, I know you're probably a good person. So, it wasn't your best night, but that's okay, because you know you can do better. See, you're rubbing off on me."
Oh, she's so precious.
She is, isn't she? She's so nice.
Oh God, you're gonna hurt her so badly.
Oh, I'm going to destroy this character.
Oh. Oh.
Look at the precious.
Oh no.
She's so precious. She is the cutest of the Wooloos, and the smallest, which means I shall step on it. I think, yeah, nah, I won't take you there tonight. I think tonight's been heavy enough on you already. Let's just head back.
Yeah, I got quite a long list of things to do after tonight.
Yeah, what you thinking of doing? What do you do,
Well,
actually?
what am I gonna do?
Yeah, like, what's your thing? You know, every kindred has their thing.
Oh, I can do this, and she'll like stand, like stop where she's walking and like stand really straight, and then she'll take her feet and like twist them around so her heels are facing forward.
Okay, that's not what I meant, but okay.
Oh, you didn't mean like cool things we can do. And she'll just put her feet back.
I mean, like, Joshua has his whole theatre and his celebrity status and all this power, right? He's on all the talk shows. He's a bishop. I'm not much, but I work with the community. I have connections to the revenants. You know, we have a niche, I guess. Like that's what I mean by thing. Like something we do that makes us unique. I mean, I guess the ankle thing is cool.
No. That's more of a party trick.
But yeah, like, what's your sphere? I guess like that's a good way to put it. What's your sphere?
Well, I'm real good at talking to people, and I know I really don't look like it, especially now, but I used to do, well, I still do some of it. I was a ballerina for a little bit.
Oh God.
Oh, how do you think I can do the foot thing? I can also kick over my head.
No, I didn't mean that. I mean Lucille's gonna make mincemeat of you. Ugh.
Trust me, I know her tap. I'm not going to let that happen. No, I like talking to people, I guess, within our little sect that we got going on. I think eventually I'd like, not necessarily to be Joshua. I'm not really looking to have everyone in the dog hate me, but
It's fine.
I'd like to,
I mean,
have my own little group of people that I can help guide. But I know people, and I know how to talk to them, and how to behave and all that stuff.
well, hey, there's a few bars down like, yeah, let's go tomorrow. We'll work on that, and I can show you, where not to be in, when the fucking court decides to kill us. Or more specifically Joshua, but the rest of us by extension.
Yeah, I feel like the whole Joshua's kid thing probably wouldn't look too great if we were trying to use that angle to not get killed.
Yeah. As you're talking, you're sort of walking through Regent's Park. Oh, not Regent's Park, sorry, Hyde Park.
Mm-hmm.
It's takes you through basically into the west side of Camden. If you follow the main path. As you're speaking, you notice something. As you cross the bridge over the Serpentine. You almost don't notice it. And if you didn't have kindred senses, the ability to more or less see perfectly in the dark, as if it were daylight, you definitely wouldn't have noticed it.
Mm-hmm.
There is just sort of a black patch in the Serpentine Lake. Like just sitting in the center. Like a puddle. It's like oil in water.
I'll just kind of like stop walking and like point to it and be like, "Do you see that?"
Yeah.
That's
What
not
is that?
that's not normal, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't. Shit, are we in somebody's domain? No. No, I don't recall anybody claiming Hyde Park.
I
What the hell
mean,
is that?
might as well
Is this
find out.
Oh, wait, what?
Might as well find out.
We should really just go home, I think.
We should, but follow me here. Follow me down this line of logic. If we are in someone's domain, they already know we're here.
By Longinus, you're gonna get me killed.
Nah. We're not gonna get killed.
You are just like Joshua, and it sucks.
What? No. What we're gonna do is,
You
and
want
you
to
don't have to
poke
come
every
with.
bear.
I don't want to poke the bear. I just want to go see if it is a bear. That way I know if there are bears in this forest, and then I can avoid them in the future. But it could just be like some oil in the middle of a park, which doesn't really make sense, but like it could happen.
It doesn't make sense. It's probably some dumb bullshit that's not even related to us. Now we don't need to. I'm not going to change your mind. I'm done.
No. It's fine. I'm not going to get too close, and I'm not going to poke it. And
Yeah.
it's fine. Just shh. And Charlie will attempt to like sneak up.
When you begin approaching, the patch moves towards you. Slowly.
Oh gosh. There's not really a way to like figure out what that could be, is there?
You've never seen anything like this before. This looks like just. This is bizarre.
I'm gonna.
So it's like. It's like a puddle of ink that's just sort of rolling towards you.
Is it moving
Slowly.
fast?
No, it's taking its time.
This is so stupid. If there's like a park bench or something, Charlie will like stand on it, and oddly enough, find a stick on her way to said park bench, and just kind of like almost slob squat on the very top of the park bench, like where the backing of it is, like slob squat on like that top bit, and take your stick and just like watch it.
It continues to approach until it starts climbing up the bridge. Like little inky black tendrils just sort of attach itself.
Is it in the area? Is it like leaving a slime trail, or is there any like corrosion of the places it's been?
It sort of exists independently of its environment.
It
doesn't leave anything in its wake. It's just nothing.
You know, I really don't want to touch that.
It begins to climb up the stick.
And I'm gonna drop the stick.
Sort of shadowy substance just hops onto the ledge.
And nope. I'm just gonna nope. Fast walk away. Charlie's the whole time going, nope. You were right, and I shouldn't have gone near it, and I don't know what it is.
As you go to say that, it changes shape and attaches itself to JJ.
God fucking damn it.
It takes the form of the head of an owl with big yellow eyes that belie the rest of its form, as it literally screeches into her face, and it is almost as if you see JJ's mouth drop open, but it's almost like it's forced. As you see mist, red mist flowing out of her mouth and her eyes and her ears and her nose into this creature.
I'm gonna like run up and try to like, oh, this is such a fucking bad idea. I'm gonna like try to like grab at it and pull it off.
You swipe at it, it's completely ephemeral. Your hand just goes through it.
Can I like try to force JJ's mouth closed?
You can, but that doesn't seem to be stopping what it's doing.
I'm just gonna like grab her and start like if I can, I'm gonna try to pick her up. And like, oh god. Okay, are we closer to like the circus or to like, oh god, no, that's a bad idea.
Hyde Park? Yeah, you're not. Yeah, you'd need to travel all the way across. Yeah, you'd have to travel across Paddington into Regent's Park and then into Camden. So you're a fair distance away. You could take the underground. That would be a quick way to Camden. And there's an underground just outside of Hyde Park, just to the north. If you just ran down the path, there's one just west side down the road as soon as you get out of Hyde Park.
So she'll kind of have a moment of like, oh god, I don't know what to do. Oh no, I need to take her back to the circus, and have a moment of, oh god, if I show Joshua what happened, and he realizes it's my fault, it's gonna be double bad. And is like, honestly, like, would do the essential of like wasting a turn panicking. And it's like, hi there, bird. I'm assuming you're a bird in the non-traditional sense. I really think you should stop doing what you're doing right now, please, and thank you.
Weren't you two looking for friends this evening?
Oh, that's really it. That's a cool effect. Well,
Come stay here. I'd like to get acquainted with my new friends. We have so much to discuss. You're new. I haven't seen you before. I haven't tasted you before.
You know, that requires a level of consent that I'm not really sure I'm giving right now. So if you could just give me my
Trust me, it's overrated.
That is a very slippery slope. But if you could just give me my friend here, and then we'll be on our way. And I'm really sorry to have bothered you tonight. I'm sure there are plenty other friends you can find, though.
Next time, I would love to have a look at that ring. So beautiful.
Oh God. You know, why don't we just be on our way, and then you and I can have a chat later?
Yes, we must talk, but why not now?
Tonight's been a real long night.
What's happening in the city? Don't you want to know how your church will die? Don't you want to help it? Don't you want to have an impact? A difference?
I think that if you want to have a conversation with me, you're going to have to let my friend go, and then I'll listen to what you have to say. Otherwise, you can just go right back where you came from.
At this point, Wallace attached itself to JJ. She seems to have broken free from it, screaming and panicking and running. She actually celerities away. Her move, like, she runs faster, like quicker than the fastest car, screaming. But it doesn't chase after her, it simply stays with you.
Does it seem to be making a move towards me or anything?
It now takes the full form of an owl and sits on the ledge quite lackadaisically.
You know the crones are circling around the north side of your precious bishoprics. The crone's coming.
There's always going to be somebody knocking on our
The
door and trying to.
Romans, the Celts, not the Voden. The Romans took care of them. They're all dead. And you call us monsters, really?
I haven't called you anything of the such. Though, if you have something you would like to be called, I appreciate you go ahead and tell me. That way I don't insult you.
Oh, you may simply call me the Sun.
Well, all right then.
Father sends Valerius his regards. Do tell Joshua I said hello.
Is that what this is about? Why?
No, I didn't know you at all. Not until now. Now I know you most intimately. As if we were the best of friends. I think we are, though. You've been much nicer to me than any of the others. They have no manners at all.
I do pride myself on having good manners.
Yes.
I mean
Will
this in the
that
most.
help you? When the sheriff comes knocking?
Yes, it will.
Or the prince? They do like to
Yes.
confuse themselves. If only I had your optimism. I tasted optimism once. It didn't last. But my apologies, my manners have been atrocious. As I've said, I am the Sun. I wish to offer you a deal of sorts, but of course I understand. We have just met. My apologies, I believe, because I am now so intimately aware of your being, I have skipped many formalities which I believe have made you uncomfortable.
You know, we have met under such interesting circumstances. I think I can forgive the slight transgression.
It places a wing against its chest as if it is grateful.
You may call me Charlie.
Charlie, yes. Such a wonderful name. Also, the truest name, an honest name, perhaps. Many of your kind, well, they do not keep their names. Don't be comfortable. That's neither here nor there. Neither here nor there. Neither here nor there. How may I help you, Charlie?
Well, I guess first of all, do you claim domain over this park? I'd hate to intrude on your space without knowledge.
Domain. I suppose you could call this my domain in a sense, yes. Although, in the context of which you speak, I have no need to.
That's very fair. I would appreciate it if in the future, maybe if you wanted to talk and make friends, maybe we don't attach ourselves to people without asking first, I
I make no promises.
that's fair. That's really fair, and I can respect that. We all have our different like cultures and all. Just like the whole screaming thing, like that's not a good look for any of us.
You're right. My apologies, a convention among our kind.
I do get. I'm assuming that's how you're feeding. I'm gonna pretend that's what that was.
Oh, no. You're not pretending.
I why? I guess the best question is, you seem a little disconnected from the little song and dance we're doing. So why? I guess why do you care about the prince or the sheriff or what they're trying to do to us?
Oh, I'll be completely and perfectly honest with you, as you have been most honest with me, for which I am very appreciative. Most appreciative. A rarity among your kind, such honesty. True as I don't.
Well, you got to have some sort of investment in it. Otherwise, why would you even bother talking to me? Excuse me.
Well, I have
Excuse me.
many investments in what your kind meddle in. Well, the well-being of your sheriff is not one of them.
But the well-being of others is.
There is a stark silence. And as you look around, this place, this park, has become much darker. The bridge looks as if it were to crumble. It looks cracked and decayed. The lake looks as if it is blood. You can even smell it, the sheer amount of vitae.
I
You look hungry, my dear. Oh, sorry.
You look hungry, my dear.
hunger is just kind of a thing I think we all learn to manage. But I appreciate the observation.
I like you. Would you like to meet again?
Uh, sure. I think having another conversation would be absolutely lovely.
Yes, I believe yes. As an apology for my lack of manners, I would be remiss not to share my knowledge of this great city with one so new to it.
I I appreciate that so much. And I mean this in the most polite way possible. I just knowledge typically comes at a price, and even I would be I just before you impart anything upon me, I would be remiss if I didn't ask what your price is.
For knowledge I grant to you, until I suggest otherwise is entirely without cost.
Can I roll like an empathy check on this
Yeah,
thing?
you don't need to roll empathy to know whatever the fuck this is has an agenda.
Yeah, I know. I just want to like. I know it does. I guess is there any more I can glean other than obviously don't trust the thing?
Yeah, this is a very difficult creature to gauge because you've never seen anything like it before. It doesn't have human tics or gestures at all. In fact, it's almost faceless.
Okay, Fey rules. Got it. Got it.
So you can roll, but you're rolling at a -4 dice penalty. This thing is very difficult to gauge.
Okay, and would this be what dice pool would this be?
With sympathy.
With sympathy? Okay. I'm gonna spend a willpower to add 3. So with sympathy is 3, and then 6, which would be a -4, so 2 dice. This is a bad idea.
That's fine. Keep in mind, you only need 1 success to succeed in this system. Like, scale of successes only matters if you get 5 or more successes.
I know, but also, I got no successes.
Oh, well, okay, you failed.
And per the agreement before, I'll take the dramatic failure.
Oh, shit. Okay, yeah, this thing's on a level. It's completely genuine. It has been completely honest with you. Clearly, the original meeting was a total misunderstanding. It probably took you as a threat to its territory and was trying to scare you off of its mind tricks. Because it clearly has mind tricks.
I mean, like, yeah, it does, but, like, it wasn't using them here.
I'm also going to give you 2 beats for this, because this actually does matter. When Evan sees this scene, he's going to lose his mind. It's going to be great.
Oh, yeah, this whole scene has been essentially, fuck you, Dad.
And this is probably the biggest middle finger of them all. You can be proud. So proud.
So proud. I really appreciate that. You know, you are just so kind, and I apologize if I had ever a wrong misinterpretation of you. What would you like to tell me?
It places its ephemeral wing on your shoulder. It actually, like, stretches out far beyond the wing's actual natural size. And just places it on your shoulder as if, like, it's okay, that's fine. I'm here for you, sort of gesture. Oh dear.
I'm gonna get possessed, aren't I?
Wow, you're actually closer to the truth than I realized. I merely wish to... Oh, sorry. I need to remember.
I merely wish to protect your precious institution, or rather to protect you, if if I am honest, your institution means little to one such as myself, for I am not you, and your fate follows the damned, and I am well. I am but an owl. But something I have found is that there are traitors within your midst. Those that, well, are not what they seem. Possessed by creatures of great evil. Worse, irreversibly so. I'm aware your kind often has magic, sorceries. To protect oneself from such things, it is an admirable trait, such adaptability. Alas, in this case, these are merely corpses whose souls have been hollowed out. There's more than zombies, really. Those that are truly undead, perhaps you could even consider them truly kindred, although not in a way I believe you would find palatable. And the church is full to the brim with them. Your archbishop is quite right to be afraid and paranoid. But he does not know that both his successors are tainted by this possession. Both are merely hollow corpses. Do not feel bad, you're not the only ones. This Carthian so broken by their fear, and they are slaughtering their way up the ladder in the belief that his own leadership is, well, among the possessed. He's not entirely wrong, of course, but, well, he has done far more harm than movement than his assailants could ever hope. And being victors, well, you would be surprised how fortified against such things they are. Hierarchy is a difficult barrier to overcome. And the Roman. He has taken many precautions. He is wise. But he does not see, because he did not see them. He did not see them before. And so he is not as prepared as he believes he is.
How do we get more prepared?
You don't. See, I am merely telling you what has already happened. What cannot be altered. This is, well, my kind can see such things. You are like a, how to say, you're like a fish struggling against the tide. But the river only goes one way. So regardless of how much you struggle, well, the result is the same. We're still heading in the same direction. The end of it all. You see, that is what makes the Roman so frustrating. He is a stubborn rock in the stream. You're like a fish.
Thank you.
Oh, you shouldn't. But it's appreciated. Your sire is much the same, although, unlike you, he's unaware that he is a fish and believes he is a rock.
Even
Or
rocks?
perhaps more accurately, he is less than you. He is bait. Bait for those already lost. I can tell you whom if you wish, but perhaps that will be for another night.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe. And that will have a price, but I will tell you up front so you understand. I'm not a dishonest dealer.
I appreciate that. So many people are dishonest these days. It's very refreshing to meet somebody who's willing to say what they're looking for up front.
It really is. You should meet half the kindred I do.
Well, even if, we're all supposed to be playing this game and trying to, one-up each other, I guess using your metaphor, at the end of the day, we're all fish. Might as well not try to pretend that we're not.
And we are the fishermen. But perhaps another tale for another time. Yes.
Well, I look
Yes,
forward to the other time.
Oh, and I most assuredly look forward to it as well. Now we're gone before I decide to do to you what I did to your partner.
Yep. All right. It was nice meeting you, son. Yep.
Yes. And if you do happen to cross paths with Valerius, do tell him the father sends his regards.
I definitely
I have a
will.
lot of catching up to do.
I'm sure you do. I gotta go find my friend out.
My father. But yes, you should find your friend. She is not far from here. Oh, she has lingered loyalty.
Oh no!
Fascinating.
Well,
So tragic. Alas.
I think we'll have to agree to disagree there, but once again, it was absolutely delightful meeting you, and I look forward to talking again.
Oh, I am delighted in our conversation. You're wonderful company. I do hope to see you again soon, but I should be getting back to my rest.
Please do. Good evening. And Charlie will walk away and start looking for JJ.
It slinks away into the lake until it has vanished entirely.
JJ, are you out here? Everything's okay.
Oh my god, you're alive. I thought you were dead.
Nah. It takes a little more than that to kill me.
How are you still alive?
Power of polite conversation. I'm really just glad you're okay.
She grabs your face and points it towards the sky and looms over you and looks at your eyes.
They're green? Or they were?
She backs away from you. Like she's actually scared of you.
Is everything okay?
I need to go find Joshua. I need to make sure you stay away.
What?
You need to stay away.
What?
I need to find Joshua.
I don't understand what's happening. I'm not gonna hurt you.
She takes another few steps back. We'll see if that's true. We'll see if that's true.
Of course it is. I would never hurt you.
She leaps across the road. Quite an elegant acrobatic display, actually, but she keeps herself a healthy distance from you now.
I will not follow her. I will. Oh gosh, I think Charlie will be very saddened by this. Sad Wooloo. Yep, that's how she feels right now, and she probably would be like sniffling and like tearing up a little, but like just aggressively wiping it. And she'll like go into the underground and probably just like, if the trains are still running, like ride a train, just keep riding trains, and then I guess find somewhere, like, I don't want to say she passes out in a bathroom, but like if she finds like an out of order bathroom in one of the stations, she'll like just kind of like curl up in one of the stalls and go to sleep, thinking maybe she's not that good of a girl after all.
And that, I think, is where we can end our scene. Thank you for playing. Thank you, watchers, watching. We'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.